There's a lot to say real quick. How could I go into it quickly? People want to be heroes, right? Well, let me tell you the truth. And if you really think about it, if you're afraid to think, that's your fault. But if you really think about it, you'll know that I'm exactly right. And if you were coming from your heart thinking about living people, if everyone was a family member and you thought about what would be the right thing to do, take that into consideration. The world is your family. You are waking up tomorrow. They are waking up tomorrow. The world is your family. Now, if you want to be a hero doesn't go kill. A hero goes in heals. Not as in heals like gives up. No, I'm sorry, I heal. I'll stop. You heal people by stopping violence. That's what you heal. What is healing? Healing is telling things to stop that aren't true. Saying the divine word no when needed, and saying the divine word yes when needed, whether other people like it or not from their ego point. If they say, that's stupid, you're dumb because you're a punk pussy, and they're just talking like ogre language, they're not winning. They're actually degrading themselves. And when the day comes, like I just said this off the phone, but I want to say that when the day comes when Dave Stover dies, I hope he lives to be 150, but he probably doesn't believe he can, so he won't. But however he lives, I hope he lives a good long life. And that if anything ever happens, and something happens to me and he never listens to what I'm saying, he'll actually at the end of his life know and think to himself, damn it, I wish I wouldn't have stopped. I wish I would have not made fun of Dan Alexander, and I wish I would have listened to him because I could have helped heal the world then. But instead, he didn't. Because the world is a representation of this, as above, so below. We are on still a below part. We're above the ground, and we're above the animals in intelligence, but we're not above the higher elemental beings. And the higher elemental beings learn from the ground up, just like everything grows from the ground up. You grew from little to up. Every plant grows from seed to up. I'm not saying this to be creative. This is me channeling. I'm not thinking of any of this ahead of time. So the only thing I was thinking of ahead of time is that Dave Stover is going to be so sorry that he didn't agree with me and at least help me. Not agree with Dan at that point. When I say me, it's because Dan Alexander is the representation he sees me as. So he didn't agree with what I was saying through me, and he just made it look stupid when he's the person dressed up like a character, and he is allowed. And I'm not trying to make fun of him, but I'm trying to point out that he's not being natural. And if he says he's being natural, being your natural self isn't taking something that is out of nature and putting it on you. That's nature, like altering. So you're not being natural. And when you say natural, it's nature real, not altering. It's different. So we grow from little to up, from plant to up, from seed to up. We spawn on a very small level as a seed, even smaller, microscopic. And then we go way bigger into planets. I've been to planets. And I know that every time they dig into Mother Earth, I feel it. Because the more they dig into Mother Earth, the more they're hitting the ozone, and the more this body isn't going to stay around. And the only way I can heal it is by telling people to heal all their bullshit. Think about it. It's not just me talking this way to be cool. It's because I am the wordsmith. I am the word. So when I say this is the power of the word, that's Dan Alexander trying to use the Dan Alexander Experience channel to get his message to people. But when I say that I am the word, the power of the word on those things with Dan Alexander, that's Dan saying the power of the word, because he didn't want to say that he's God. He doesn't want to say that he has God literally living in him, the living spirit of creation. And every other person who thinks they're awakened is still following someone else's dialect from some other being telling them something. And other people are going to say, well, what happened here? And what happened there? What happened here? Because they're looking for proof instead of truth. So people just have to listen, or they're hurting themselves. And they can hurt me too, because I won't even defend myself. Not because I don't have a reason to. Me not defending myself, when the person has the guts to do it, or the person has the reason to do it, I will be known enough for people to really listen to what the hell I'm saying and see that the same thing that happened to Jesus would happen to me if it happened like that. Same exact thing. And you, if you started standing up for the truth, it might happen to you, but that's what you're afraid of. That's what the story of Jesus was about, and that's why they made me go through it. Well, not they, like Spirit. God let me see it. God did it to me. And you guys talk about it like it's no big deal, but I lived it. I've been pounded to steaks. I've been raped and tortured and brutally murdered. I've been to people killing squads of people, and I've been to squads of people dying. But it doesn't seem to matter to anybody, because even if I just tell them the truth, just because nobody else could have seen the magic that I've seen, makes me feel like in an earth world I'm a bad guy. Or not a bad guy, but in the earth world they look at me like I'm weird. And I'm not. I'm Word. E-I. E-I-O. I am weird. I'm Word. And you are too, weirdos. I love you guys. Peace.